Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Monday morning today, Forex market. Here we go. Today we're gonna focus on the gold and the silver. Basically, we're gonna tie these two, to one another because they're in the same correlation group. So they're both normally, very highly correlated, and we're gonna do some cross analysis between the two. We're gonna start with the gold, and obviously, while cross analyzing back and forth with these two, we'll be able to strengthen our conviction on both of them, right? So we were looking at the gold. I'm going to dial back a little bit just to remind you where we're coming off with the gold, right? Because we were bullish for quite some time until we hit 1714. We remained bullish, especially after we had a big confirmation for the continuation of this move. And then, of course, when price hit the previous high around 1900, about a few months ago, that's where we took, we basically ended up our bullish conviction, and we kind of took a bit of a neutralized, overview on the gold because we weren't sure how far it can go. I mean, we knew it can go a little bit further away, but we also suspected that that could become a major turning point, right? We thought at least price can go to 1714, right? To revisit that area, find some strong support, and then turn back up. Second scenario, which we talked about, was a full-fledged downside reversal once price breaks 1714 level as the final evidence for that. Now, I want to show you what happened ever since, right? Ever since we talked about that, what happened here was we had the first drop was right there. We started to talk about this after the first drop. So we saw the first drop, and then price traded sideways for a while, and then we have the second drop, and then trade sideways for a while. At that point, guys, we thought we kind of switched to a 50-50 kind of overview on the gold because we thought, according to the short-term cycle, price might actually go back and hit the upper section 1979, just continue to trade sideways as this form of consolidation, right, before it actually either break down or completely break up. But look, I want to show you why we're starting to lock in on a bearish overview here. We're getting some signs from the technical picture that the gold is on its way south. It's not going to make it. It's probably not going to continue to trade sideways here, and it's just going to break down. I want to show you why we thought we're starting to believe that's the case. First of all, let me just show you last week. Last week, crossing below 1899 was a bearish sign. Right, on its own, it was a bearish sign. But look, we know that the weekly price action here is noisy in the case of the gold. We know that, so we need to filter that out by closing in on the monthly chart, switching to the monthly chart, and here we can see something quite interesting starts to reveal itself. Right, we see again the same level, 1899. That's the point of reference. And we've seen a couple of months ago, the first time was that clear breakdown. And then, of course, last month, right, price was on the upside, trying to cross over, and then it bounced off. It failed. And it replicated that move this month. Even more profoundly, it went up higher, right, than the previous month, and managed to, bounce all the way back again. I mean, this month is still running, right? We're right at the, in the middle of it. So anything can happen, but just watching what's happening right now, looking at this big spike forming itself, is kind of forthtelling, in itself, suggesting that price is not going to make it. It's not really breaking 1899, and that's the proof. So it's going to go back on the downside, right? So we're starting to take that bearish conviction on the gold. We're starting to activate a slightly bearish conviction on the gold. Still kind of natural to be honest. But it's going to be interesting when we're going to tie this technical situation with the technical situation on the silver, and we'll try to solidify our conviction by cross-analyzing the two, one against another. All right, so join me in the next one. We're going to talk about the silver. We're going to finalize this analysis. See you then. Cheers.